everyone, it is me, Tess. Welcome to my channel. It did feel a little weird to actively choose to be away for a month, but I'm sure I will come to be thankful of that decision when dance starts, because it's always dance. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2020. It's only 5 days old. Today is the 5th of January, and it's been pretty shit, to be blunt. I am going to apologise for the lighting. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it. As I'm sure many of you, if not all of you, are aware, Australia is burning. Thankfully, here where I am in Canberra, we don't have any fires yet, but we have been drowning in smoke for the last week or two. Extremely hazardous levels. It's eerie, like it's just orange. There's zero visibility. It is thick. You can sort of taste it. It's hard to breathe. It's everywhere. You cannot escape it. So while I am recording during the day for once, it may as well be night. Thankfully, it's not as dark and horrible, and we are so lucky compared to so many. These fires are just devastating. There's nothing that can be said that really truly captures how bad it is. So before I get into my main Flosstube, I do want to point out that Fiddlesticks AU has created a little chart where all the proceeds are going to fire relief. I'm pretty sure it's for the animals. And Fuzzy Fox Designs has made also a little addition to it. It's gorgeous. It's amazing that Fiddlesticks did this. I will definitely link it down below, so if you're so inclined, maybe pick it up, because our animals are pretty special and pretty unique, and we're at risk of losing them. Before I get too emotional, let's move on to what you're here for, the cross stitch. I have 5 whips to show you. Obviously, if you've seen any of my channel before, that's not all of them. I have something like 90 whips, but the 5 I'm showing you, plus the few starts I'm planning, are pretty much going to be all you'll see this year. I'll go through my plans in a little bit, but without further ado, let's look at my whips. If you have watched any of my videos in the last year, you will probably know this, but I'll insert a photo here of what the finished project will look like. And here's where I'm up to on part 2. I think I've just passed the 19% point, and I'm still in utter love with it. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I did post on the 31st of December, did some stats on what I'd accomplished in the last 365 days. I am 21.25% through the entire 4 pieces. So the project as a whole, which obviously I'm a little bit further than that, but I'm in awe. Obviously, I would love a bigger number, but I'm just proud that I kept up with it for the full year and did as much as I did. Haystack Sunset by Jeff Pritchard and Heaven and Earth Designs. Whip number 2, Fairy Bubbles. This is by Josephine Wall. I'll put a photo here. This is the chart with which I fell in love with cross stitch. Because of self-teaching and my OCD, I've started this chart probably, I think this is the 7th or 8th time, maybe not that extreme, 6th time, maybe the 5th. So hopefully this one sticks. I'm doing Supersize Max Color. I don't know if I told you that or not. I'm losing my mind. I'm breaking this down to 60 by 60 blocks, so I'm not doing a full page. just doing the 60 by 60 because it worked for me. So far I have done 310 and 550. These pages will be feathered. I've put that into like how I'm marking it off to hopefully avoid any lines. I haven't had issues with them in the past, but I also haven't really done it by page in the past, so hoping to avoid that with feathering. And let's be honest, feathering looks cool. So that is hopefully the last time I start this chart, and one day all this fabric will be full of beautiful, beautiful image. Next up, Farewell to Anger, another Haid by Leonid Afremov. Photo here. I am trying Teresa Craig's parking method with this one. It was 28 count, but when I washed it, it sort of shrunk down to 30, which allows me to park because I pre-cut my threads, so trying to park with 15 centimeters is not going to happen. Yeah, first 600 stitches, loving it so far. As you can see, I have, well, you may not know, but I created this in the attempt to reduce the issue of parking because I hate the mess. So I got 2 buttons from the local craft store here and glued them to magnets, but I actually kept the actual button bit. So what I can do is wrap the threads around. So rather than just catching them on the magnet, I'm wrapping it. Hopefully that will keep it a little tidier. We'll see how that goes. Again, don't do anything by halves. That's another supersize max color, but it's gorgeous and why not? Next one, there's not a lot on this, and I'm not sure how often realistically you will see this one, but I started it since the last video, so I'm going to show you. The Magic Grotto, photo here, because I keep forgetting. As you can see, almost nothing but gridding. I have started up in the top corner. What I'm doing with this one, just for something different, because I'm trying to make myself a, I don't know, more rounded person. Some bullshit. I'm doing least amount of stitches to most with extreme cross country instead of my normal most to least. So we'll see how that one goes. Again, I'm not entirely sure how much it'll be worked on. The last whip I have to show you is the Peppermint Purple 2020 Black Wax sale. I've done the first week. Absolutely love some black work. I don't know whether I want to keep it 2 strands though. I usually do 2 strands with 18 count because I love the, not meaty look, but I love it to look full. I am concerned, however, that if there are a lot of delicate patterns in the future, that it'll get lost and muddy. So I'm still debating whether I restitch that with single strand. I'm leaning towards it because single strand is, I think, the usual way of doing it. So if there's no delicate things, then it's just normal. But I don't know, because I love the fullness, but I don't want it to look ridiculous. You'll find out next month what my choice was, hopefully. I hope I haven't procrastinated that far. New starts. I've got a lot going on this year, considering last year it was pretty much one trick pony. The Linen and Threads 2020 sale, at the bottom of each piece they're doing a little ornament. I'm considering starting those. So that's not definite, but we'll see how that goes. I want to do a temperature cross stitch. I've been wanting to do one for several years now. I just haven't found the chart that I really liked. I think I found that now, and I will link it below. I do have to adjust the temperature ranges. The degrees Celsius has been provided. However, we've never gotten as cold as it's allowed for, and we've already beat the max by at least 10 degrees. So I will have to adjust the temperatures scale, but I'm hoping to start that soon, as I don't want to fall too far behind. Again, I probably won't work on it every day, but I want to be at least caught up at the end of every week, which means I have to get started because today is Sunday and haven't even begun. The next start I plan on making will probably be next week when I when I go to Melbourne for Elisa's dance, because why else would I go to Melbourne? I will put a photo here, Ink Circles Rosetta. And what I plan on doing with this is using the Silk of the Month club that I've joined with Silks for You, and each of the rosettas will be a silk from each of the months of the year. And I'll be using, because I did start that club in November, I'm hoping to use one of each November and December for the border, like the little extra bits. I bought some 32 count Ecru Zweigart Belfast's even weave. Just picked it up from the local craft shop because I want to start it next Wednesday, and postal systems are not actually active right now because Australia Post cares about the safety of their workers. A lot of our businesses, especially in Canberra, have been shut down for smoke danger. So if I wanted to start it, I had to buy in store, and we don't have a huge choice, especially because I decided after my LNS had closed. Anyway, yeah, so I will hope to be starting that Wednesday or Thursday next week. Follow me on Instagram because I will be posting it there when I do. And the last start that I plan on for the year is June by Anna Dittman, another Haid, photo here. I saw this on Armour's first Flosstube. I've never seen it before. It's not my colour, really, but it is gorgeous. I'm pretty sure the flower of the month for June is a rose, and I'm a June baby, so that is going to be my birthday start. I'm not saying I won't start anything else in the year. Like, we're 5 days in. Let's be honest, I'll probably start. But that's what I'm planning on starting. Speaking of plans and goals, I don't intend to participate in Mania this year. It got to me last year. It hit me hard. My work is a lot more full on than it was even last year. A lot can happen in 12 months. So I don't need the stress. I don't need another 31 whips. I may do something, like maybe work on whips from previous manias, but at this point in time, I'm not planning on participating at all. What I am planning on doing is work on Haystack every single day. I managed it last year, and I thought it would be nice to continue working on it every single day until it's fully complete. It may have been only be a single stitch. Like, I'm not committing myself to have that as my only focus for the 5 years it'll probably take me, but I want to touch it every day. Fairy Bubbles, want to touch her weekly. Would love to be a daily thing and a focus, but the fabric's huge. There's too much. I can't take it with me to work or to dance, so I figure if I do it at least once daily, at least once weekly, sorry, she will get done eventually, and maybe I'll fall in love and spend more time. It's not only once weekly, it's at least once weekly. Sorry, excuse me. My throat is dying. On that, because I do intend on As you saw, most of my whips are full coverage. I want to stitch 200,000 stitches this year. I don't know if it's possible. It's more than double what I managed last year. It does only break down to 550 stitches a day. That being said, I've only met that goal once in the last 5 days. I'm currently sitting at 1,039. But I'm going to go. Like, if I don't aim for something, then it's nothing. I have started a hashtag with Julie from Silver Stitches for Instagram, journey to 200,000 stitches. I'll put that there, and I'll also link her in the description bar. Yeah, I keep track of my stats anyway. The programs I use keep track of my stats, so I'm not doing any extra work to aim for it. That's my goal, because why not? Cross stitching adjacent. I love my gridding. I love doing it, but I don't want to take time out of my stitching at the moment to do it, so it's not getting done. I'd like to spend at least half an hour a week on it, because it's going to get to a point when I want to work on some of the projects that haven't been gridded yet, and I'm not going to be able to. So that's not a hard and fast. I won't be upset if I miss a week here and there, but I want to have at least some focus on my gridding. I will show you my planner next month. I was hoping to have it ready this month, but it just didn't happen. Is what it is. And just show you how I track things and what I track, and if anyone's interested. The only other thing with, I guess, plans and goals, this is purely financial. There's nothing more I can do. I want to transition to the Annie's Keepers. So I have split my DMC collection into bags of 16 threads each. Now, Annie's Keepers, I'm not sure if the storage slides hold more, but the project slides hold 16 threads. I intend on storing them on the project slides eventually when I have them, and when I have money for the lovely Taryn, she will be working with me to make a custom fabric storage folder. So I've broken it into the 16, not only so it's ready, but because I need to have an easier way to find them, because there's a lot of threads in DMC. And then just for the extras, I've got them in little bags. They won't be post-it notes the whole time. I'm waiting till I have some more money to order clear sticker sheets, but again, it's not urgent because I don't have the Annie's Keepers. And I didn't write everything down. The reason Farewell to Anger didn't make it to my plans and goals is because I'm parking. I kind of need all colours available. I can do a bit here and there. Digging out of my master set is just, it's going to be too much. So I'm actually planning on kitting it up on its own. So it will depend on when I can afford the Annie's Keepers and the floss for that. So I do hope to get to it this year, but it will depend on when I can get it set up. So it is what it is. Last but not least, before I let you go, I'm going to show you some haul. So I got this beautiful thread, Threadworks 103.51, from Liz. I saw her working on something at the Mittagong retreat and I loved it. Turns out she didn't really love it, so I was lucky enough to get the skein. I'm not sure what I'm going to work on, but it'll be something. Now I got Silks for You. I had a bit of a excitement plus at the Mittagong retreat, and I did join the Colour of the Month Club and the Silk of the Month Club. I have since dropped out of the Colour of the Month Club because I don't stitch things that require silks or monochromatic, but I'm still in the Silk of the Month Club because they're just too gorgeous. I couldn't let go of it all. So here is the Colour of the Month from December. Now the Colour of the Month Club is just skeins that they regularly stock. So 15 metre skeins, and eventually if you're in the club long enough, you will have the entire set. But I figured if I was going to drop one of them, it would be this, because I can pick up the colours I want if needed. So we've got PR 104. They're so beautiful. I can't wait to figure out what to use them for. PR 105, no, 015, sorry. And that's, they're just, I wish I could capture how beautiful and how soft they are. PR 106 and PR 141. So that's the December Colour of the Month Club, and I won't be getting any more of those, but what I will be getting is the Silk of the Month Club, and they're gorgeous. They come in these little organza bags. They're just, Jamie and Joe are amazing, and I love them, and everything they do is magic. Let's put them in order because I've got them all messy. So this is the November Silk of the Month Club, and they're just, wow. Like, so not gonna lie, loved these. It's the December ones that hooked me back in. I'd actually emailed them and said, look, financially it's probably not a good decision. I don't really use it. Can I, back out? Then I got the December Silk of the Month clubs, and I emailed them straight back. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make it work. I need this if there's still a spot, because there's obviously limited spacing. And I was lucky enough that my spot hadn't been taken, so I will continue to get Silk of the Month clubs, and that is December. Like, these 4 are just me. Not probably the 3, especially purples. Love them, but I had to. They're limited edition. You can't get them unless you're in the Silk of the Month club. And these are 10-meter skeins rather than the 15, but they're just stunning. So, as I was saying before, what I intend to do, because I started in November, and there's, the 12 rosettas for the year. I think it was these 2. Or was it that one? I hope I took a photo because I can't remember exactly which ones I wanted to do. So through the year, I will be picking 2 and 4. Yes, I do remember. I'll be picking one of the 5 for the Rosetta, and then these 2, November and December, will be the outlines. So I'll probably do this December one on the outside and the November on the inside, and I am so excited to get started. As I said, that'll probably be in Melbourne, if I can wait that long. We'll see how that goes. I do have a few things before then. And again, last but not least, I'm pretty sure I mentioned in my last video that I bought a little notions bag from them, fell in love with the fabric, so I asked for a custom project bag. It has arrived, and it is utter perfection. So this is the front, and then this fabric, I would wear a dress or clothing in this fabric. Dress, skirt, shirt, amazing. So beautifully made, and it's got another zip inside. It's just absolutely stunning. I'm totally in love with it. Couldn't wait until this video to start using it. Sorry, but not sorry. I'm so in love, I've actually ordered another 2. Because I do have a little bit of OCD, I plan on having 3 whips sort of on the go. One will have, one in each bag. They'll all go in the swag bag from Mittagong, and I'm so excited. But I think that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Thank you for dealing with the mini rant at the beginning about the fires. Rant isn't the right word, but I haven't been sleeping because it's been hot and we have evaporative cooling, so we can't use our. We had to buy fans, but there's just nothing you can do. So yeah, it's been a long couple of weeks. I haven't been sleeping. Words are hard. On that note, I thank you for spending time with me again. Anything I've spoken about, I'll link below. And I will see you on Instagram and next month. Bye, guys.